We often mistake a dog's anxiety for affection. We look at the frantic greetings when we walk through the door, the constant shadowing from room to room, the hypervigilance, and we call it love. But in the canine nervous system, true security looks entirely different. The paradox of canine love is that it is rarely found in their excitement. It is found in their willingness to ignore you, to let their guard down. Because to a predator species, love is not an emotional performance, it is the complete absence of threat. When we understand this, the quietest habits of our dogs begin to look like a profound, evolutionary conversation. Imagine a quiet room. In the afternoon, your dog walks over, circles a few times, drops heavily onto the rug near your feet. A moment later, they let out a long, deep sigh. It is easy to look down, interpret this breath as boredom or disappointment. But physiologically, that heavy sigh is a profound neural shift. It is the exact moment their sympathetic nervous system, the instinct to stay alert, completely shuts down, and the parasympathetic system takes over. They are discharging the micro tensions of the day. The need to monitor the windows or guard the door. They can only vocalize that release because your presence acts as a biological anchor, a signal that they are safe enough to stop scanning for danger. It is not boredom, it is neurological peace. Once you notice that silent discharge of stress, you start to see how they seek your presence to regulate their own bodies. You might be standing at the kitchen counter, washing a few dishes or waiting for water to boil. You are not holding any treats, you are not paying them attention. Yet, you feel a soft, steady weight press against the back of your legs. Your dog has walked over, simply leaned their entire mass against you. In canine psychology, this is a distinct tactile grounding mechanism. They are not soliciting a resource. They are seeking company regulation. By anchoring their body against yours, their nervous system aligns with your calm state. It is a secure attachment cue, a quiet reassurance that their territory is stable, simply because they can feel you. They do not need you to stop what you are doing. They just want to share the quiet truth of your physical presence. This vulnerability deepens in ways we often misinterpret as emotional coldness. At night, or during a quick nap, your dog might climb onto the bed or lie down on the rug right next to you. But instead of curling up to face you, they turn around. They place their back directly against your side, facing away toward the rest of the room. To a human, it can feel like rejection, but to an animal with a predatory lineage, exposing the blind spot is the ultimate survival risk. They never turn their back on an unstable element. By facing away, they are utilizing you as a biological shield. They trust your nervous system to watch the world behind them, so theirs can completely rest. It is a silent contract of safety. They feel so secure in your care that they can close their eyes in the dark, knowing you are guarding the horizon. This structural trust also redefines why a secure dog does not always follow you from room to room. Culturally, we celebrate the dog that shadows our every step. But pathologically, that constant tracking is often a state of hypervigilance, driven by a cortisol spike. When you get up to walk into the kitchen, and your dog remains asleep on their bed, lifting their head for only a second before laying it back down, it is not indifference. It is the ultimate compliment. Their brain does not predict abandonment. They exist so completely in the stability of the present that your brief absence triggers no stress response. They trust the familiar rhythm of your home. They know the distance between rooms does not change the safety between you. When they do choose to engage, they do it with a low arousal confidence. That shows how deeply they respect your bond. You might be sitting quietly when your dog approaches, carrying a favorite toy. They walk right up to your knees and hold it up to your hand. But when you reach out to take it, they do not let go. They do not pull back to play tug, and they do not drop it at your feet. They just stand there, resting their chin near your lap, holding the toy in their mouth. It can be confusing. We think they want to play. When we try to take it, they hold still. It is not an invitation to chase. It is a rare social behavior, called possession sharing. To your dog, that toy is a high-value resource. By bringing it to you and simply holding it there, they are inviting you into a low-stress state of mutual appreciation. They are sharing what makes them secure, asking for nothing more than your shared presence. Sometimes, the most sophisticated sign requires no movement at all. It is just a look from across the room. You might be busy working at a desk or reading a book when you suddenly feel eyes on you. You turn around, your dog is already watching you from across the rug. Their eyes are soft, their blinking is slow, and their face is entirely relaxed. When you make eye contact, they do not jump up. They might just softly wag the very tip of their tail against the floor. A single, gentle thump before closing their eyes again. In mammalian biology, a prolonged hard stare is a threat. But this soft, intermittent gaze is an oxytocin loop. They are not asking for dinner or a walk. They are simply checking in on their evolutionary anchor, confirming that the center of their safety matrix is intact. Dogs do not romanticize the past or worry about tomorrow. They map their world entirely through the biological safety of the present moment. Love for them is not a grand performance. It is the quiet privilege of dropping their defenses. When your dog sighs, leans, or turns away, they are telling you that your presence has disarmed their instincts. This deep reading of the environment goes even further. The way they read safety through touch is identical to how they decipher your identity through scent. There is a fascinating neurological reason why dogs sniff specific, awkward parts of us when we come home. What their olfactory system is actually decoding about your emotional state. If you want to understand the hidden science behind your dog's mind, click on the video on your screen right now to reveal just how much they have been communicating all along.